We're at the Westcott booth with Brandon, checking out some of your products. Now, I'm familiar with you guys. I've got some scrim gyms, a fast flag kit. Love a lot of the Westcott products. You have like a variety of products really for a lot of different lighting needs. So why don't you tell us, first of all, a little bit about kind of the wide lineup of what you guys have to offer.
Sure. Well, Westcott we are a light modifier company, but it's more than that. We kind of have branded ourselves to have complete lighting solutions. So everything from light modifiers, flags and scrims, as you've mentioned. Continuous lights is where we've really stepped up our game in the past 5 years. We think continuous lights are the future. As a photographer, you want continuous lights because there's no flash, there's no guessing game. What you see is what you get. And it certainly evolves to filmmakers as well to be using continuous lights. It just makes sense.
So you guys have, there's a lot of LED lighting out there. Everybody knows that. And a lot of people seem to be cramming LEDs into standardized fixtures. They're still heavy, they're still cumbersome. You have advantages to them, but nobody's taking advantage of the lightweight of LEDs. Yeah. You guys are kind of just throwing that out the window and saying, let's see how lightweight we can make LED fixtures.
Right, yeah, we like you said, we've kind of got some groundbreaking technology. The future of LED, we think, is in this booth right now, and it's paper thin LED. I mean, who wants to travel with, hundreds of pounds of gear when you can get the same output in a 10-ounce fixture? And that's where our Flex really comes in, is the lightweight, the portable, the malleable solution for filmmakers, photographers, you name it.
All right, let's take a look at the product then.
So this one right here is actually the first time we've shown this. It's at NAB 2015. It is a BiColor Flex LED. So it's our standard Flex. It's it looks very familiar. However, I can change the color temperature, and I can go from daylight, 5,500 degrees Kelvin, all the way down to 3,200 degrees tungsten. On top of that, I can also increase the brightness with this dimmer. And so, you've got kind of the ultimate Flex right here. Another cool thing about this Flex is, and we're showing it for the first time, is our new battery solution. Okay, so you have such a flexible or lightweight, portable product, you don't want to be restricted by having to plug it in AC. So having a battery solution with a D-tap connector is just one extra thing that we've done to improve the product line.
So let's talk about the battery then. So USB out, a lot of customization features, self-charging. What kind of battery life would somebody get of average use with something like that?
Sure. Well, since this has a draw of about 50 watts, you're actually able to get 2 to 3 hours using this battery, which is a lot of power for such output that you're getting.
And that's at full power, so obviously.
That's at full power, and yeah, we saw it at full power. A lot of people do not use it at full power. They like to dim it down a little bit lower.
Right. So BiColor, you just basically have the two different LED arrays embedded in here. And then let's talk about just the functionality of this type of LED, because you're showing it right now in kind of a traditional studio configuration on a light stand, but you're not limited to that. You can do a lot of stuff with it.
So if you've never seen the Flex before, it's actually a light that we can take off of the X mount, and we can bend it. It is paper thin. It holds its shape, so if you wanted it to stay kind of in a round, cylindrical manner, you could do that. You could gaff tape it to a wall if you didn't have a light stand. You could roll it up and put it in the dash of your car. You could put it underneath a table for accent lighting. And the cool thing about being in this position that we are, we have people coming to our booth and saying, this is how I'm using it. And we're learning just different ways that people are using it out in industries, which is really cool and rewarding.
All right, Brandon, the 1x1 looks like a really handy light just to have. But when we're doing regular keying, interviews, stuff like that, I'm going to want a large LED light. You guys are just starting to introduce some new sizes and new options for the Flex series.
Sure, yeah. Here at NAB 2015, we are announcing for the first time larger sizes of the Flex. By popular demand, we have come out with a strip bank version, and I will power this up for you. Don't want to give a lot of spill on or flare on the camera, but it is a Flex mounted to a scrim gym frame. And so what you're seeing with this scrim gym frame is you're seeing Velcro on both sides. You're also seeing Velcro on the Flex itself, and so just the ability to Velcro it to the frame and pick any diffusion that you care to use on the front side of the frame makes it really, again, an erector set for filmmakers or photographers. So
you don't even have to use it, like, this is a two-part thing. You don't have to use the scrim jim and the flag with light. You could just throw a 650 or something like that through it as well. It's multiple purposes.
100%, yeah. You can use existing toys that you've already got and maximize your investment. So that's one size. The other size that we've got is our 2x2, and that is right here. Again, same kind of thing going on. You've got the Velcro on the scrim panel, and we've got a 2 foot by 2 foot frame with a 2 foot by 2 foot Flex panel. So
individual LEDs are always a hassle because you get the multi-shadow issue, which at certain points is fine. At certain points, it's a big pain in the butt. And you guys have figured out the right distance between the LED and the diffusion. You have it too close to LED, you still see the individual LEDs. You have it too far away, you're losing a lot of draw. So this little gap here is just enough to even out all that LED, and nobody has this design. I've been looking for this for a very long time.
That's absolutely correct. I mean, 1 inch we feel is the magic number. Our existing scrim jim was a 3/4 inch frame. Great product, but we think the 1 inch is that magic number. On our original Flex, the 10x10 Flex, we have on our X bracket a 1 inch arm that extends past the Flex panel. And again, like you said, it's the magic number. And if it's too harsh or too thick, just change the diffusion panel. It's as simple as that.
So tell us a little bit more about like the different modifier options for Flex LED. I mean, we see it up here. You guys have a couple rigged up in China balls.
Sure.
What other ways could you configure it up?
Well, one of the cool things about filmmakers is I feel like I'm working with a bunch of MacGyvers. There's always a different solution. Whether you just have a scrim on a magic arm flying a couple feet in front of your light source, if you've got it in a China ball, if you, I've even seen shower curtains being used. I mean, whatever material that is available to you, that's kind of the coolest thing that I see with the whole filmmaking industry, is that they'll find a way to diffuse the light and make it look just how they want it.
So this whole series of lights is really exciting. A couple questions. Are you going to have bicolor versions in the larger lights?
In the larger lights, not yet. So we're just starting with a 1x bicolor version. However, Westcott is known for listening to feedback, and if that's something that people are requesting, it's probably going to come out down the road.
And then we expect possibly a future battery options for those lights as well?
Probably, yep. Probably it'll be a bigger brick battery, possibly more of an inverter style battery. But yeah, that's in the works as well.
So now, one thing too we didn't talk about with the 1x is you have like a little DC plug coming off of there, so you don't have to, like on some of the other LED lights, you have to add a V mount back to it, which can be expensive, and you have to sometimes either mount it yourself or send it back. It's just an accessory that you add onto there. That's probably correct. Something similar to for these lights down the road. You buy it, and then the battery is a little bit easier to upgrade to.
That's correct. Yep. You just buy this unit, and we'll make the connection ports, and we'll offer cables that will make you, again, be able to use your existing products or your existing batteries with our Flex units.
Great. So availability, when are these going to be coming out?
These are going to start shipping probably this summer. We're looking at about a July, August timeframe.
Do you have pricing for the whole series?
Pricing still kind of coming about, but roughly for a 2x would be about $2,100, $2,200.
Okay. And where can people go to find out more information?
You can go to fjwestcott.com and visit your local dealer, head to the floor and play with them, touch them, and that's where you find them.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Ren.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks to our sponsors for making our NAB coverage possible.